It's not wide enough to pass out on.
Let's look at the stool.
You can tell.
And then let's take a look at the chairs here.
We could sit over there, but no, we're fine here.
Let's sit there.
I've got a seat.
Let's look at the table.
It's just a table.
Okay. Let's look at the fire, see if he says something different.
You don't think they're going to...
Okay, yeah. Alright. So, not many people actually take the time to take a look around here as Gabe, and now we've done it. So, let's get back to the plot here. Alright, so we're going to ask the simple stuff here first. We're just going to basically ask about himself, then we'll ask about the murder. I know we're going a little out of order, but just to get the simple stuff out of the way to kind of make the conversation a bit more, how should I say, kind of straightforward, and then we'll go to the key points. So, here we go.
Are you from this area, Mr. Montreaux?
Yes and no. I grew up in Paris, but my family has owned this estate for decades. My wife and I permanently settled here some years ago. Children do take pleasure in the country air.
Oh, you got kids?
Oh yes, a beautiful daughter who is away at school, and my firstborn son, Enoch. He's 12. Have you children?
No.
But you must. Oh, children are every man's right to immortality.
Well, it's not the kid part I mind so much as the marriage part.
Oh, no, a wife need not be a burden if she knows her place. Her role is to serve you, after all, to care for home and heirs and leave a man to pursue nobler things.
Boy, do we live in different worlds.
Then we can ask about him again here.
What kind of training do you need to be a viticulturist?
The lessons I consider most valuable came from my father. He was quite a master.
So now I'll talk about the two dead guys here.
Do you know anything about the murder?
No, not really. There were two men, neither of them from here by the sound of it.
Alright, so now we'll go ahead and talk about the Holy Grail.
I ran into an interesting tourist angle today. Seems the Holy Grail is supposed to be around here.
Oh, the Grail is a marvelous legend, but most stories are ignorant of the true meaning of the Grail. You see, the Grail has far less to do with Christ than with an idea. The fountain of youth, the eternal flame, the philosopher's stone.
All of those are related to the Grail?
Oh yes, the Grail is that thing, that one thing, or whatever symbol you use for it, that represents completion, perfection, the absolute. Do you understand now?
Well, no, not really.
Turning base lead into pure gold, that is the alchemist's aim. But it's not about real lead and real gold. It's symbolic. Man is the lead, God is the gold. Man to God, that is the alchemist's goal. That is the Holy Grail.
But I thought with the Grail, it was actually the blood. The blood in the Grail that was the immortal thing.
Well, of course. The blood is the elixir of life. The juice of the forbidden fruit.
The juice of the forbidden fruit?
No, never mind. Dusty old theories are a hobby of mine. Let's stick to the wine, shall we?
So now we'll go to the treasure.
Do you believe the stories about a local treasure?
Indeed. It is in my soil, monsieur.
Then we'll go to basically the viticulture.
What exactly is viticulture?
You are a wine critic, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's your definition?
Well, to me, viticulture is about breeding, and I don't mean the mechanics of grafting. Grafting is only a tool. What's meaningful is the essence of the two vines you're combining. There are literally thousands of grapes, and most viticulturists choose from well-known stock. But my father always bred his own grapes, and has passed down some very rare species.
I'm fascinated.
Really? Well, I don't want to bore you.
Talk about the viticulture again.
I'd like to hear more about your breeding program.
You won't reveal my secrets?
for my ears only.
Very well. The secret is in mixing the best strains, of course. But there is an art to it. My father taught me to visualize the ideal grape. Once you can visualize this perfect fruit, you can analyze even the best stock and see where it is lacking, in color or body, for example. Or perhaps it could be just a touch sweeter or lighter. And the trick is to find a grape equally fine, but one which is perfect in exactly those areas which the first grape is flawed. The marriage of these two vines will produce an air, and then this air undergoes the same process, you see.
Don't you ever get where you're going?
Eventually. But even in the interim, your grape will soon be far superior to anyone else's. Try the wine, Mr. Knight.
Sure, Gomez.
So he's picking up the glass, swishing it around, and taking a sip.
Wow, that's good.
This fruit did not come about by accident. It is the result of thousands, even millions of crossbreedings. Everything that it is today is a result of that hereditary tree. Don't you think it is ironic that a grape, or even a dog, or a cat should be so carefully bred, but that most humans depend on such a silly thing as love?
Then again, there is something to be said for spontaneity.
Is there?
So, go to viticulture again.
You know, hearing you talk, it reminds me of something. What is it?
Alchemy? The transmutation of the philosopher's stone?
Nope, that's not it. It was Ask Mr. Science. Y'all get that program here?
Television? I'm afraid not.
Well, they had this bit about DNA. Kind of how DNA has this funny pasta shape, but it's really billions and billions of instructions, kinda. You get into DNA with your breeding program at all?
Actually, DNA is an interesting issue, Mr. Knight. Did you know that the magic alchemists used was based on an intuitive understanding of the principles of DNA?
I'll be darned.
But to answer your question, no. I have my own ways of testing the vines, and they're far older and more traditional than DNA testing. Excuse me. Hello, Easy Excelsior. Oui. Préparez-nous pour sa leçon. Forgive me, I'm afraid I must return to the house. The news of the murder has quite upset my wife. Besides, my son awaits his afternoon lesson.
Well, thanks for the interview, Mr. Montreaux.
You're most welcome. Au revoir, Mr. Knight.
I forgot to mention, we get a
Kind of a
generous
nice
grant from the
fella.
Umbrella Corporation.
Pardon?
I forgot to mention, Mr. Knight, we get a generous grant from the Umbrella Corporation. Mr. Wesker was very interested in our breeding programs.
That's very creepy.
So we're gonna go back to Rennes Chateau, and hey guys, it's 5. So gonna take off here.
Bother Grace from her being again.
All right, so we're gonna
Told you
leave
not to
the
bother me. It's 5. It is?
bitch. Be humble. All right, so we're gonna go back to the door here, and we're gonna head upstairs and head over to the door. And Grace tosses the book down in the
So where's
nick of time.
Mosley?
Hey guys, it's 5.
Thank you, O guardian of the clock.
Okay, don't start, you two. I want to hear what happened.
You mean at Chateau de Serras? You're right. The guy's probably into one of these secret societies. You should have heard him go on about alchemy, but I don't know. He seemed more bookish than anything.
I say anyone who's involved with these secret societies is a big suspect.
Speaking of which, Larry Chester is definitely lying. He said McDougal and Mallory just stopped by last night for directions. I couldn't get him to crack.
Who's this? Chester?
That's right.
Interesting. I'll get started on the treasure angle. Check out the museum and church tonight. That book really got my juices flowing.
So that's what it takes.
Huh?
So, are we gonna eat or what? I'm starved.
Well, actually, Grace and I talked about catching up.
That's okay, Mose. I want to stick with my research for a while. Why don't you and Gabriel go?
I can wait till later if you...
No, I think that's a great idea. In fact, I think we should be going right now, shouldn't we, Mose?
See ya.
Starts pushing him out of the room.
See, Grace, maybe after dinner.
All right, and that's the block there. Yeah, we're actually going to see Gabe and Mosley actually eating in the next block, as shocking as it is.
Eat?
Yeah. So, and there's the door closing. So basically, the next block we're going to start working on a puzzle, the best puzzle of the game, and it might be fairly boring because it's going to involve a lot of research and things, so I'm just prepping you ahead of time, and Grace is going to be involved, and then basically we're going to see like some drama and junk like that. We'll probably do the 5 to 10 block on Tuesday night after I'm done with work, and then after that we're going to skip the weekend because we're going to be up in Vegas, and basically Mom and Dad still want to do some stuff like four-wheeling, and I'll probably go to Battlefield Vegas and do some shooting to get some stress out. Probably going to do the MP5 SD, the Steyr AUG, the Car 98 or the Mosin-Nagant's optics. We'll see what happens with that, but I'll post that on my Facebook when we do that. Well, I had a good time. It's been a good day and had a blast, and finally got some action going in the game. So microphone seems to be working just fine too. Hopefully it does well throughout this video here, but that's pretty much it. So this is Gray Fox 37
And Pikachu 23.
Argot Bay 76.
and we'll see Tuesday night. It'll probably just be Pikachu and I, but you take it easy there. Have a good night.